Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're doing okay and staying home and keeping well. I was just thinking this morning, I've done so many videos recently all about kind of quick fixes and what can be done really speedily to get makeup on, and then I thought today, do you know, I think I'm just going to do full-on glam. Why not? So I'm going to start by prepping my skin. I'm going to use a little bit of the new Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. Oh my goodness, it's lovely. I've been doing quite a healthy amount, so kind of 3 to 4 drops, and then massaging into my skin. And whilst I do that, I'm also going to do some of the new lip conditioner. So this is called Charlotte's Magic Lip Oil Crystal Elixir, both of which, as well as having Replexium and all kinds of amazing skincare properties, also contain crushed crystals for their properties, which is quite divine. I'm just going to add a little bit of Vichy Mineral 89 eye cream just for something light. This is super hydrating, packed full of sodium hyaluronate, just to hydrate and bind moisture to the skin. And then a little bit of the Weleda Skin Food, just to make sure my skin is really super hydrated. Now this is best for dry to very dry skins. I'd say my skin is normal but dehydrated, and for kind of to ensure my makeup never looks dry and cakey, I love to really spend time layering moisturising products. So this has been working brilliantly recently. Okay, so recently I played on Instagram with, just during a live, I realised I'd never done that thing that people do before, where I cover my face in highlighter before my foundation. And I actually quite like the results, so I'm going to use some of my iconic liquid illuminator. And I'm going to do exactly that. I'm just going to cover my face in illuminator first. I mean, why not? This is is it the Oval 7? Yeah, it's the Oval 7 brush from Artis. Then into a bit of foundation. Let me give it a shake. Today I'm going to use my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and this is in Santa Fe. I'll just put a couple of pumps on the back of my hand. Thanks to this glorious weather, I've gotten some sun. But no need for SPF today, because I won't be going out. And that's just my Oval 7 again, from Artis, to gently but also speedily blend my foundation. A bit of Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. This is in the shade 40 NN. So I might be going, you know, kind of full glam, but I still like to do my full glam in, you know, probably the easiest way possible. Not necessarily taking shortcuts, but I don't have 4 hours to sit here and film. I've got about half an hour while Simon deals with the kiddies downstairs for me for a sec. Lockdown life, it's a juggle, isn't it? Great. Now I'm going to go into my Huda Tantour, which I absolutely love. So it's a creamy bronzer. It's just a Crown 350 brush. I'm going to make sure I don't go too low with it, so keep it quite high. You'll see for why in a minute. I usually use a slightly firmer brush, but I wondered what the application would be like if I used something a little lighter, in the aim not to be too heavy-handed. But just blend that back. I've realised recently in my videos that where I sit on a cushion to raise myself up on this sofa bed in my makeup room, that often when I talk, whether it's live or filming or whatever, I bounce. So if you see me bouncing, it's because I'm sitting on a cushion. There we go. Let's get a bit of a bounce on. Just warming my nose a little, and then a little bit more around my hairline. Okay, let me do now a little bit of cheek, and I'm going to use Orgasm by NARS, and actually this one is called Orgasm X. So it's a redeveloped, slightly, still powder, but it's a slightly creamier finish. Let's do a bit of brows next, shall we? I'm going to go first into my soap. This is just Pear's hand soap and some of my Urban Decay All Nighter. Just doing a spritz in there. And then with a spoolie wand, just going to go into the soap and then brush my brows up. And the soap is just going to hold my brows in place. And it's nice to do it first because then you see the true shape of your brow and you can see any areas where you need to fill in. There's plenty on the spoolie to do both brows. To start my eyes, I'm going to take some of the taupe Longwear Cream Shadow Stick by Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. Just really roughly all over my lower lid. Then I'm just using an Urban Decay called the Tapered Blending, just to blend that over my lid. A lot of people have been asking on my IG when I've been doing videos, oh, but you already had eyeshadow on. And the truth is, honestly, I don't. I've got a naturally slightly tea-stained coloured lid. So actually this taupe and any taupe shadow colour really just mimics the natural colour of my eyelid. I'm just going to blend a little bit of that along my lower lash line as well. So loading the brush with product just to make sure that whatever I'm doing along that lash line is nice and soft. I don't want it to be too hard. And now, before I will do liquid liner, but first I'm just going to take a bit of a black coal. This one's actually by MAC. It was their limited edition Christmas one, but just any black coal would do. I'm just going to buff it kind of from the centre of my lid all the way to the outer corner, and then just pull it out slightly. And then with a clean brush, I'm just going to buff the edge of that. Then I'm going to take the same kohl and just draw a little along the lower lash line in the outer corner and blend. Now to intensify the look, I'm going to take, this is the, what's it called? Precision Liquid Eyeliner by Code 8. I'm just going to make that a little bit stronger. So resting the brush at the very base of my lashes. Just sharpening that wing a little. Let me do the same on the other eye. Okay, I'm now just going to amp up the eyeliner a little bit with a black. This is in the Dior Backstage Custom Eye Palette in the shade Universal Neutrals. So just going over what I've done just to make that outer corner a little bit darker. And this is a look I actually did live with the lovely Crystal. I'll tag her details below. So just gently buff over the liner just to intensify it a little bit. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. Great. I realise I'm bouncing around, but shall we finish my eyebrows? That would be good. Okay, So I'm going to take the Anastasia brow pomade in soft brown. I've got a MAC 263 brush. I'm flattening it in the lid of my pot. Then I'm going to draw just light strokes through my brow, following the direction of the growth of the hairs for super natural yet defined looking brows. Okay, now we're going to start playing with the Bobbi Brown medium bronzer. So I'm going to take some of that on this is Zoeva 228 crease brush. I'm just going to start rolling that through the crease of my eye just to amp up that bronze. If you want to, you can take the excess, just dust a little down the sides of the nose. Then I'm going to take a little bit and just dust, just to amp up what I've already done. So this really helps to set the cream bronzer in place. It also adds a tiny bit more warmth. Don't worry, I'll do my neck. I haven't forgotten. And then Crystal taught me how to take it just here, across the temple a bit. I'm not going to do too much, but just a bit. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills vanilla powder just to set where I need it mattified. So just here through the centre of my forehead, between my eyebrows, just a little down the sides of my nose and my top lip and my chin. Then I'm going to do a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow just in the hollows, so slightly lower, as a little bit more of a conscious contour. Now for a teeny bit of highlight, I'm again using the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I'm just going to do a touch over the top of my cheek. Not loads. I love it when highlight is really subtle, like placed for a reason. Just using a clean brush just to soften the edges, and then take whatever's left, pop it down the bridge of my nose. So before I do anything else, should we do some eyelashes? So I very rarely do eyelash in videos, and that's because I don't think I'm brilliant at doing them to myself, but I do think this look looks best if you amp up the outer corners of the eye. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use, these are the Eyeliner Fleur de Force individual lashes, always with a pair of tweezers, and then when that glue's had a chance to go tacky, I'll just set it down.
Hi, babe.
Hi, are you okay?
Yeah. Just playing.
I'm so sorry. I probably need another like 10 minutes max.
No, it's fine, babe. It's fine.
Sorry, love.
It's okay, it's fine, babe.
Okay, love you, bye.
Bye.
The joy of juggling childcare during lockdown. Okay, so that's 1 short and 3 medium. So I'm going to use some Spectrum Collections mascara. This is their Dark Matter mascara. making sure you coat all the lashes. Sometimes when I've got individuals on, it's quite nice to just pull a little bit of mascara from behind to make sure you've really got the tips coated. Lashes. So you see, by just having the few individual lashes in the outer corner has given much more of a feline look. How is it that I set aside a time for this and I'm still rushing? I think Simon's going to have to take a couple of days off so I can really work. Okay, we are nearly there. My goodness, this has been hopefully not too long to watch, but it's been long to film with a couple of interruptions. Okay, first things first, Kevyn Aucoin lip pencil. This is Divine. It's also called Divine. Fullest extent of the lip. Then a little bit of the Kevyn Aucoin lipstick. This is in Immaculate. Look at that for a nude. Love it. I'm gonna finish that with a tiny bit of Toffee Gloss by Anastasia. Just a bit. Ooh, nice. And then just to make sure it's not too flat, I'm going to take a bit of my dewy blush by Ciate. This is the shade Papaya. Into my Crown C530 brush and just on the apple of my cheeks. I'm going to dust a bit of that for that irresistible, slightly glassy finish. I also think this eye calls for a bit of inner highlight. So back into my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. And this is a Crown 515 brush. Hang on, let's just do my zhuzh. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is my Isolation Glam inspired by Crystal Dawn. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below if you've got any questions. I'll get back to you. Like, subscribe and share. Why not? Loads of love to you guys.